I graduated college feeling like a total boss lady. Club leadership, student government, and, let's not forget, one of those fancy management consulting jobs. You know them. I walked across that stage at graduation feeling ready to take on the world. Within a year, though, that confidence had disappeared. I watched as each one of my peers got staffed on cool new projects, while I sat and staffed. After each project interview that resulted in no project offer, I asked myself, what's wrong with me? Why don't they want you? When I eventually did get staffed, my manager was cold and critical. I remember my heart beating as I walked to his desk to ask a question, making myself small and unobtrusive. This timidity followed me to my second project, but this one had a lot more client interaction, and all of a sudden my feedback read, lacks executive presence. I internalized this feedback, but without a mentor to show me how it was done, or somebody giving me guidance on how to actually change, all I did was keep fixating on the fact that I was inadequate. I didn't feel ready to take on my job, much less the world anymore. My confidence was gone. That intrinsic, untouchable belief in myself that I had started my career with had vanished, replaced by fear that I wasn't enough, doubt that I had a future in the business world, and jealousy of everyone around me who seemed to fit in and have it figured out. My confidence stayed low, even as my performance improved enough to get me here, to the GSP, with all of you incredible people. During my MBA 1 year, I stumbled across some research that changed my own perspective on my experiences. It turns out what I had gone through, starting my career with relatively high confidence, and then losing it with time, that's actually startlingly normal. Women enter the workforce with confidence roughly equal to that of their male peers. With time, men's confidence remains steady, but the number of women who believe they have what it takes to succeed is cut in half. It's something called the confidence cliff, this phenomenon in which women actually lose confidence once they've started work. There's a lot of potential explanations. Everything from a lack of female role models and mentors in the workplace, lessons taught to young girls about what it means to be a good girl, the transition from an educational experience that's relatively straightforward to a work environment that's politically fraught and which like favors like. All of these factors and more come together to trip women up until they have fallen off the cliff. And look, this isn't just something happening out there to faceless, nameless people. It happens here too. In fact, when I surveyed the women in our community, almost 90% said that they had experienced a moderate or big decline in confidence. 90%. Okay, this sucks. We know that confidence is critical for success. Without it, women are less ambitious, less impactful, and less likely to get that next big promotion. But here's the thing. When women lose, we all lose. Our organizations miss out on the talent of half of their talent pool, and our leadership becomes less diverse, with worse outcomes as a result. But beyond the organizational impact and the professional impact, it also just feels really shitty. I hate the feeling of doubting myself. I hate that in addition to doing my job, I'm also fighting this battle with confidence. But more than anything, I hate the thought of each new generation of women falling off the same cliff that we've been falling off of for generations. This has to stop. For the class of 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and beyond, for them, I'm standing up here today. And I invite you to stand with me. Look, right here in this room, we have the future business leaders of the world. and an awful lot of people who are going to be managing teams in the next few years. When surveyed, every single one of the women said that having a supportive manager or mentor would have had a significant impact on her confidence. Of those, half said that it would even be game-changing. You have the ability to be game-changing for the young woman on your team. Don't be like my first manager, who didn't even see that I was falling off the confidence cliff right in front of him. Get to know that young woman on your team. Take her out to coffee, mentor her, or introduce her to someone who can. Realize that your sponsorship will be game-changing, not just for others see her, but for how she sees herself. And look, all of your energy, effort, and time on this will pay back to you tenfold. Not only will you get a more effective member of your team, but her loyalty to you will propel you through the organization. I know that all of you are wonderful, and you're going to go out there and be incredible leaders who fight the confidence cliff along with the women on your teams. But we've also got to start talking to the women themselves. Look, this is the group of people who are so powerful, so confident when they start their careers. We've got to give them the tools and insight they need to keep that confidence. So for all the women in this room who might be trying to overcome the confidence cliff, and even for the 21-year-olds on the other side of that camera, still feeling on top of the world and about to start your first big job in a few months, you are powerful. You can take on the world. If I could give any advice to my 21-year-old self as I walked across that stage at graduation, this is what I would say. First, find your mentor and get advice on how to guide your particular manager to be a better ally for you. Second, don't fall into that same critical thinking that I had during the first few years of my career. Instead, see feedback as an opportunity for growth. I know, feedback's a gift, right? But really though, now I realize that it was my fixed mindset that meant that I internalized the feedback I was given as a condemnation of my potential, and thus a blow to my confidence. Instead, practice growth mindset, which is all about embracing your ability and even your imperative to evolve. And if that growth takes a while, go easy on yourself. And last, get your awareness up. For me, just knowing the confidence cliff was a thing made me A, less guilty for experiencing it, but B, more motivated to rebuild my confidence. I didn't want to be just another stat about gender inequality. For you, I hope knowing about the cliff makes you more proactive in fighting it, but also lets you know you're not alone. We're all fighting this together on behalf of all the generations of women that we will bring up behind us. So overcome the confidence cliff and go forward into the world. I believe in you. Now keep believing in yourself. Thank you.